So Raw happened. Yeah, so Michael Cole's wearing an Indianapolis Pacers tank top because of Pat McAfee and him making a bet of the NBA playoffs. Or and yeah, unfortunately the Knicks lost. They're not going to be at the finals of the NBA championships. It's going to be instead of be the fucking Pacers. Obviously, I'm a New Yorker. No, don't like it. Um, I will say this. Um, One, I don't really care to see Pat McAfee in a stupid suit. And two, how is Michael Cole bigger than he is now compared to a lot of these AEW stars? Like, holy shit. I will give props to Michael Cole. He's like in a better shape than a lot of AEW people. And especially a lot of wrestlers now, too. I will say that. The show started with CM Punk. He says he's focused on winning the Money in the Bank, and if he does, he will have two choices to pick: a good friend event Jey Uso, or his old rival John Cena, who sold his soul to that bull fraud goof, The Rock. So The Rock was mentioned. I forgot to mention in my SmackDown review how Corey says, "Was I a good champion? Because I love everybody, and I wanted to be the best champion, but then I had all my friends turned on me and blah blah blah. Even though I loved them and respected them, and shut up." Sami Zayn interrupts and says that I wanted to win Money in the Bank, my Money in the Bank, but I'm no longer an option for it. So I'm pulling for you, Punk. You better win. You need to win. I need you to believe in yourself and win, Punk, because then we're gonna be screwed if Rollins is champion. I mean, weren't we all screwed? Whoever is the freaking champ, regardless, for crying out loud. I mean, he's not wrong. The fact that WWE is trying to push Seth Rollins again as like perhaps a future world champion when literally every time he became champion, the ratings were shit. Last week's Raw ratings were terrible. Apparently, one of the worst in Netflix. And the fact that they're trying to push him again is just retarded. Let's be for real. But anyways, Sammy says, he supports and hopes to see whenever Punk wins the title, that him and Punk have a different conversation that they have right now. And Punk says to look forward to it. I mean, it's kind of like similar to whatever. It is what it is. It's like similar to like a bunch of other promos we've seen before, but it's whatever. Okay, I'm not gonna hate on it. We do see our true science, and we do see our true chance happening. But obviously the commentary doesn't acknowledge it, which, I mean, why would they? They can't. That's something that they could lose their jobs for, Second match, Stephanie Vaquer defeated Liv Morgan and Ivy Nile in a triple threat match for the last spot of the women's Money in the Bank match. I would complain about this because, why is this a person who's just coming on the main roster beat two people who's supposed to be, like, veterans compared to her? But here's the thing. Stephanie Vaquer is a star. She has it, man. She has it. She does. She has it. And she got the plot, bro. She got the fucking plot. So I'm not going to complain. And this match was ass-tastic. I will say that. The match was ass-tastic. So I liked it, actually. So, good match. Chad Gable declares he will defeat Vikingo at Saturday and become the new Triple H champion. This, I believe, happened during the commercial on Netflix. So what people don't realize, that people in the USA have commercials, so they're not able to see all these stupid stupid things that happen. So I'm surprised that this happened. Whatever. They had a Rusev promo. Rusev said, whatever. I don't even remember what he said, but how he's gonna be the redeemer or whatever. He's gonna help cleanse his friends or whatever. We only see that Sheamus, like he says, me and Rusev go way back. We were best buddies. He would become my best man in my wedding. You will not be allowed to bully Akira Tozawa or anyone else because I bully bullies. When was this ever established that Sheamus was a bully of bullies? Wasn't he like a bully before? The fuck? Like, what the fuck how does that fuck? I don't understand. So that by logic, you're bullying, like, I don't know, some other, I don't fucking know. I don't know. When was that ever established? So, Finn Balor and JD McGee. This is like one of Balor's only wins, by the way, of like how, God knows how long. They defeated the War Raiders. Again, how many times we're going to see that match happening? The War Raiders and freaking Finn Balor and JD McGee. Whatever. We see Stephanie Vaquer, she gets interviewed. She's welcome to Raw, and then Rhea Ripley welcomes her to Raw. Okay. Those are early backstage promo about Becky Lynch, and no one cared. And then Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria has basically the same promo as last week. Lyra Valkyria is very angry how this is personal. Yeah, everything's very personal in fucking WWE. Like, every fucking promo is very personal. It's a very personal rivalry there, John. Everything's very personal, like, whatever. And then Becky Lynch comes out like, oh, I'm gonna beat you, and blah, 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 blah. And then Becky Lynch, whatever, like, why wait till Money in the Bank we give Tulsa a preview? And it's like, preview? Okay, no, where aren't you know? And then, yeah, because get it, the typical heel, like, oh, you know, we're not gonna get what they want, even though we know what's gonna happen, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just surprised the fans are just that dumb, does not see it. And it's like, who cares? I mean, it's like, who cares if we know about a preview? Like, who really cares about this match? Whatever. Anyways, Lyra attacks Becky, and yeah, they're separated. The New Day tells Grayson Waller that Austin Theory's holding him down. He needs to get rid of him like the same way we did to Big E. I think this happened backstage. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn defeated Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed by disqualification after Seth Rollins attacks Jey Uso. But then after the match, they all brawl, but CM Punk makes the save when a tsunami was about to hit Jey Uso. I will say this. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed looked like badasses when they were entering the ring. I just didn't like the mashup of their themes. Braun Breaker clearly had a better theme. They should just enter with that. But they look like badasses. I will say that. I give credit to that. And Bronson Reed, I give credit. He looked like he lost weight. So good for him. The only problem is, like, they're gonna be held back by Seth Rollins. They're gonna be like his henchmen. And again, Seth Rollins on the future. Like, are we really ripping off 2015 Authority boring garbage? Like, for crying out loud. And we're also kind of ripping off the Bloodline. Whatever. Carlito has seen to be removed from the Judgment Day. No video games and whatever. And no PS5. But isn't that sad that that's what they literally were doing with the Judgment Day? Just him playing video games. Whatever. Liv Morgan confronts the Judgment Day. How she doesn't like Roxanne Perez being involved and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Kairi Sane defeats Raquel Rodriguez. How does that make any sense? You know, I don't know. I guess she's back, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Sorry about that. We then see Gunter. So it's the same shit we've seen before, man. Gunter and Jey Uso. Gunter's like, oh, I respect your ability. Everyone's like, respect each other. No one's like, get your fucking heel. You might as well turn Gunter to a fucking babyface, for crying out loud, please. Gunter might be leaving WWE. I don't know. Whatever. Gunter says, you know, I respect you, but I gotta say you're a very selfless person in a very selfish company. I will always put you will always put others' needs before yourself. But that'll be a downfall. You need to compete on Saturday, but you will not be 100, and you might not even be 100% for a world championship match next week. So I'll make it easy for you. There's 3 letters, 1 word, top. That I could defeat you next week, and whatever. He mentioned how he also might save Punk later, and blah blah blah. So, yeah. Karrion Kross confronts Sami Zayn. backstage. He always kind of like bothering him, and then Cross is like, "What's your deal? Why you keep bothering me?" And then like Cross says like, "I can see you. You know, you're actually not a good person. You're a liar. You're not the good guy. You're the bad guy like the rest of us. And you will break out one day or whatever." And it's like, whatever. Okay. The main event. El Grande Americano, aka Chad Gable. Oh, sorry, it's not Chad Gable. Shut up. He defeated AJ Styles and CM Punk in a triple threat match for the last spot of the Money Bank match because of Rollins' faction getting involved. And then literally, yeah, and then after that, Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed, they attacked all Sammy, Uso, and Punk, and the tsunami to Jey Uso. I just felt this was very flat of an ending, very flat ending. But what's worst of all is that, so Andrade Americano, or Grande, whatever the fuck, he defeats two former world champions, right? I'm not saying this match was bad. This match was not a bad match at all. This was actually a good little TV match, even though it's no story. But, you know, the story would be easy to have CM Punk winning this match easily. But no, instead, because, you know, you could easily, the most logical thing you could have done, CM Punk going to the Money in the Bank. But no, instead, how does that make any freaking sense for having CM Punk or AJ Styles even losing again, you know, I don't know, and Rollins wins last week? How did it make sense even last week? Rollins win. Like, this is like the dumbest thing. So, we know Grande Americano's not going to win. We know Andrade's not going to win. We know Penta's not going to win. So, it only leaves three options, I believe. Solo, which I don't know how that's going to really work in right now with how bad they kind of book Solo. Rollins and LA Knight maybe, but LA Knight's not even liked by WWE and well, not liked by WWE, but like Triple H. He's not a Triple H guy. So that only leaves to obviously clearly Rollins is gonna win the fucking Money in the Bank, for crying out loud. What are we doing? Ah, man, like it would easily make sense to having Punk being involved, you know? And why not have Punk be part of the Money in the Bank? Maybe even win. And then Punk and Rollins could feud over the Money in the Bank for a little bit. I don't even know, man. I don't know. That's just like, it's just crazy to me. Alright, anyways, I'm just keeping it real. You know, get your games closed. My Nipsey Spy makes some bitches go, oh shit, oh shit. You know, I forgot to say, yeah, hi, but you know, Raw happened. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye. Raw just was pretty boring for the most part. I will say, like, the main event was actually a good match. It's just a terrible winner and not really a good ending to the show. And the women's triple threat Money in Bank match was ass-tastic. Other than that, that was the show for you. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye. A pretty boring show in general.